today. Today we're gonna do like a recap. So recap is like we're gonna try and go back to some of the things that we talked about in January and see that whatever we talked about in January, whatever we're doing, is it like matching up? Are we seeing any difference in our lives? Whatever we talked about in January, the beginning of the month, whatever plan we had in the beginning of the month, are we realizing the fruits of the plan? Maybe it's a long-term plan, but you've broken it down into sections. So are you progressing? Are you progressing with what you need to do to get to where you need to get to? The first thing I want us to talk about is time and change. Time and change is the most constant force in life. Time and change is given to us every day. When you woke up in the morning, you were given time and you were given change. No one is richer in time and no one is richer in change. It doesn't matter where you wake. You could be waking up in a $20 billion bed. You still have the amount of time I do. You could be waking up in the poorest neighborhood in the world. You still have the same amount of time like I do. There's nobody who has above 24 hours. Everybody has 24 hours. Okay. So the question is, what are you doing with your 24 hours? Because what you do with your 24 hours will determine what you're going to get out. If you don't use your time well, you get nothing out of it. Now, time and change works hand in hand. From the beginning of the year, you made resolutions. You said, hey, this year, that's the most common thing, especially in America, is this year I'm going to lose weight. I mean, I say that to myself all the time. This year I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to work out. The question is, have you been able to get there? It's easy to say it, but is the getting there that is the problem? So the question is, if time and change is consistent and there's nothing you can really do to stop it, how do you work with it? How do you work it so that it comes to your benefit, so that you benefit from the time and change? Because whether you like it or not, night is going to come, day is going to come. Whether you like it or not, the day will end today. Whether you like it or not, the weather will change. Whether you like it or not, things will move. So it's without your effort, things will still change. Time will still go. Right now, the time is 9. It's almost 9:30. Okay, whether we like it or not, it's going to be 10 o'clock. The question is, what am I doing right now that I have this time? And it could be a lot of pressure. It could be, the most difficult thing is the present. Thinking about what to do. What do I do? It's a lot of pressure. How do I plan for my life? How do I plan? What do I do? If you do nothing, you get nothing. Yes, it's a lot of pressure, but we need to make an effort to get there. The most efficient tool to success this year is effective planning. The only thing that can influence time and change is effective planning. I'm going to repeat that again. The only thing that can influence time and change is effective planning. Effective planning. When you make a plan, it's like putting an address in a GPS. Let's say I want to go to New York. I'm in the state of Ohio. I want to go to New York. I put my address in there, 1010 42 Manhattan Drive, 3, put whatever in there. Okay, the GPS told me, okay, this will take you 8 hours to get there. 8 hours, 20 minutes, 8 hours to get there. Okay, so now I have information on how to get there. Now I have to make provisions to what is going to get me there. I have to go get a car, or that is, if I'm driving, that's I get a car to go. So this analogy is based on driving. So then I sit in a car and then I start driving. Now, when you look at the route on the GPS, you see that the GPS doesn't only give you one route. There's routes that can take you 9 hours to get there. There's routes that can take you 10 hours to get there. If you choose service roads only, it will take you a longer time, like 10 hours to get there. So, my plan to get to New York, for it to be effective, I have to plan to go on the fastest route and the shortest route. The fastest and the short. The most effective one will be the fastest and the shortest. So I picked the 8-hour route. So I want to make sure that I get here in 8 hours, and then I move. So look at this. It's a plan. Now, at the end of the 8 hours, my goal is to be in Manhattan. So I have a destination. I have where I need to be after 8 hours. If I'm let's say I'm driving and I'm not, after 8 hours I'm in Pennsylvania, that means I didn't route up. There's something was wrong somewhere. So the most effective way to use time and change is to make a plan. You need to sit down and make a plan effectively. Make a plan on what you want to do and how you want to do it. Now, immediately you make that plan, you know what you're going to get at the end of the plan. God made all of us. We are all equal. We are all equal. It doesn't matter if you were born in $1 million house or you're born in the worst part of the earth. Everybody was born equal. Yeah, some people were born rich. Nobody was born rich. Nobody was born rich. If you tell me they were born rich, you're telling me that they were born with money in their hand. Yes, maybe somebody, their parents or someone made created something for them that, okay, if I have the child, I'm going to open this account for them and do this. Now, regardless of all that, if they don't instill the principles of managing those resources, you're going to lose it. So, regardless of where you were born, regardless of the depth of the whole where you are, like some people were born in the worst part of the world, third world countries. Regardless of where you were born or who gave birth to you, nobody is higher than anybody. We all have an equal amount of time and change. We all have the same amount, time and change. The question is, what do you use your time for? What do you use the change for? Effective planning. Once you plan, you know the roads that will take you there. You know the roads that will get to your plan. And once you plan, you kind of know what is at the end of your plan. If you plan to buy a house or to build a house, you know that the down payment is $10,000. And that is all you need to be able to start building the house. So all your roads or your goals should be heading towards saving money to get a down payment to get the house. So when you save money and you get a sum of $10,000, that is not a miracle. It's a plan. The miracle is your life. The greatest miracle you have today is your breathing and you are alive. That's the miracle. The miracle is you're not dead. You are alive. You have breath. That's the miracle. That is the miracle. So, since you have life, it is time to make an effective plan. January is gone. February will be over in just a couple of days. What plan do you have? Let's read something here. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 29, verse 11. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. And I'm reading from the NIV. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future." So you were brought on this. God did not, you didn't, maybe the circumstances around how you came on this earth is everybody came in a different circumstance. I mean, somebody even came on this earth through rape. The mom got raped and they had them as a baby. That's how they came on this earth. There's different circumstances how you are even conceived, but how, where is not. It doesn't factor into your destiny. Where you were born doesn't factor into your destiny. What factors into your destiny is the plan of God for your life. And whatever your destiny is, you were born with it. Wherever you need to go, you already have that blueprint embedded in your body. It is about you. You have to make the conscious effort to move forward. You have to make the conscious effort to go. To go. When you look into the Bible, you look at the time Moses went to Egypt to get the Israelites out of Egypt. There was a lot of miracles. There was the water that turned into blood. There was frogs falling all in the sky. The first sons of Egypt died. There was a lot of miracles. Okay, and when they got to the sea parted. They walked through the sea. Now, after all this, they were still crying in the wilderness. And he said, "What are we gonna do? You brought us here to kill us." After all that, there are people who will not wake up today. They did not wake up today, but you were up. What I just want to let you know is this year 2017, it's a year of change. It's major change. Things that you don't expect will happen is happening. Like in the political system, in our schools, in our churches. The system is different. The system that we knew before is like it's all in shambles. So it's high time for us to come to the Bible, to God, and redirect, get a redirection of where we are really going as the people. Today, make a conscious effort to change. Make a conscious effort to plan. Because if you don't, change will come after you. Whether you like it or not, both time and change will leave you behind. They will go. Things will change. It doesn't matter. You can be mad that we have the president that we have, but it's happened. You can't do anything about it. That's what you have. But you can do something about your life. You can do something about your life by planning effectively. You can do something about your life by planning to go, to move, to change. You can do something about your situation by planning to move out of it. Now I'm going to repeat it again. Nobody is richer in time or change. We all have an equal amount of time and change. So as you listen to me today, my admonition for you today, which is a guarantee, is planning effectively. It is not late to plan. It doesn't matter how old you are. You're still alive because there's a purpose for your life. You need to plan effectively. Now, when you plan effectively, your plan will choose your friends. Your plan will choose your environment. Your plan will choose the places you want to go. Your plan will choose the places you don't want to go. Plan effectively. A good plan is like a roadmap. It will lead you to a good destination. So let's plan effectively. Let's be effective in the things that we do. Let's be effective in how we move. Let's walk in the plan of God, so that the fulfillment and the glory of God will come to completion in our lives. Don't be misled by anybody. Nobody has the answer to your problems but yourself and God. God has already given you those answers. God has already shown you where to go to get the answers. It's you. You have to wake up and make a move. So this month of February, as it's coming to an end, one of the things that I want to leave you with is sit down, assess your life, plan ahead. God is an effective manager. That is why he said, let there be light, before he created everything. It doesn't mean that God cannot create everything without light, but he wanted you to see how effective he is. He says, let there be light, before he created everything. So you have to be effective in your planning. Eliminate anything that is drawing you back, which includes friends. Whoever is drawing you back, you need to let them go. All the naysayers, all the negative people around your life, you need to consciously let them go. Because your environment, the people around you, will determine your attitude. And your attitude will determine your altitude, where you get to. Everything is about your attitude. Your attitude will determine the change you can enforce in your life. If you have a bunch of people doing nothing, then you will do nothing. Because anytime you try to do something, they will use their nothingness to drain your energy, to come back to nothing. So you have to consciously make an effort to change. Consciously make an effort to change. God bless you. I thank you for listening to me this morning. Where you are, wherever you are, I just want to pray with you. And I pray that God will show you a deeper revelation of what we've talked about today. And the fulfillment of God will be seen in your life. The glory, the grace of God will be seen in your life. And you always remember, effective planning. I thank God for your lives. God, I thank you for your word today. I thank you for your grace. I thank you for your blessing. We speak upon the people's life that, Father, you will visit us and you will show us where we need to be. And Father, you will give us the strength to get up and move forward. We thank you through your grace, and by the help of the Holy Spirit we pray. Amen. If Jesus does not show up, I'll speak to you again next week, same time on Holy Hills Radio. Keep listening. God bless you.